Hey guys, long time, hold on, let me adjust this camera angle. Sorry about that. Long time no see. Let me make sure. It looks like I was a bit zoomed in there. So today I'm going to do a get ready with me whilst I tell you my birth story at 15 years old. Just letting you know, I can see myself here. I know the camera's there. I know when I'm looking here, I'm looking at you. And there's also a mirror behind me so I can get ready. So I'm really sorry if I'm like looking in 3 different directions. But get ready with me whilst I tell you my birth story at 15. So if you don't know, a lot, pretty much 99% of you have come from my TikTok. I have a daughter called Ivy May, which I'll insert a picture of. I was 14 when I fell pregnant. I found out on my 15th birthday that I was a month along. And obviously I was 15 when I had my baby. I'm now 17 and she is 2. But without making this too long and dragging on, let's just get into the video. I remember the night before I was in labour, so this 15th of May, when I was 36 weeks and 4 days pregnant on the 15th of May. I remember my Braxton Hicks were getting so bad, and I actually vividly remember being on FaceTime to Jake and saying, oh, I hope this isn't labour, making a little joke out of it. I went to sleep, everything was fine, didn't wake up in the night. Obviously, like, I wake up in the night to go for a wee because I was heavily pregnant. Didn't really wake up in the night from like any pain or anything. At 6:43 in the morning, I woke up, and the dream that I had was a very odd dream. So the dream that I had that night was I was pushing my nephew Carter in a pram going past my sister's house, running away from someone, right? Really weird. And whilst I was running past my sister's house, my waters had broke, and I was thinking, oh my god, not now, not now, not now. And I woke up and the bed was wet, and I was thinking, have I got this far in labour that my waters are breaking? Sorry, have I got this far in labour that I have weed myself? I've weed the bed. No, I hadn't weed the bed. So I woke up, was like, why is the bed like really wet? And then I was like, oh my god, I've weed myself. Realised that I was absolutely dying for a wee. So bearing in mind, Ivy was 4 weeks early. I didn't think my beautiful baby daughter was coming. So instead of waking my mum up, because it was really early in the morning, she had work, I was like, I'm going to ring my sister. My sister's had 3 kids. I knew she'd be up because her kids are obviously young. I'm the youngest daughter of my mum, so she was asleep. And she was like, that's your waters. Like, that's definitely your waters. She messaged my mum. My mum woke up, come into the room and was like, have your waters broken? I was like, I don't know. I think, do you know what? I think I was in denial. I think I was really scared. I hadn't been expecting my baby for another 4 weeks. I was 15 and I was really scared. So I think I was actually in denial that my waters had broken. I think in the back of my mind I probably knew my waters had broken, but I was telling everyone like, oh, I don't know if my waters are broke, like I don't know. They definitely had. I'm pretty sure I knew they had, but I think I was in denial about it. And my mum went, I vividly remember, she went, you're having your baby today. And I was like, I'm going to become a mum today. So this was on the 16th of May now. So it all happened so fast. My labour for a first baby, obviously labour can literally last days. For a first baby, my whole labour from the minute I woke up was only 6 hours long, and I'll get into how long my active labour was for in a minute. So I literally shot out of bed, I rang Jake. Now, we were so lucky in this. So it was actually the day that Jake's GCSEs started. However, the GCSEs were only RE and computer science. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was only RE and computer science. Whatever it was, Jake had not taken these exams, which we are so lucky for. So anyway, yeah, so I rang Jake. He was like, right, I'll come down to the hospital. Got to about, I think about 8 in the morning, I'd say, and me and my mum was on our way down to the hospital. We met Jake there. I got called in the room, and they was like, okay, I was in a room with 4 other women, and Jake weren't allowed in. Before we had actually met Jake there, I had already been called into his room, so I actually didn't see him by this point. As I got called into the room, he arrived. Therefore, obviously my mum was with me, and they said because it's not labour and delivery, only one person can be with you, and as your mum's here now, you can't really change it. So I was like, I'm going to be in here for hours without Jake, like I'm like, what the fuck. But they said to me, we're gonna see how far dilated you are soon, like we're gonna see how many centimetres you are in about 4 hours, they said. And I said, please can you just check me, because I feel like I need to be checked. And honestly guys, this is a mother's instinct, because I now would never say that. If someone said we're doing something in 4 hours, I would not turn around and say that. I am a very shy person. I know I come across as confident to quite a lot of you. I don't mind speaking to a camera. I'm not confident in the slightest, and what gave me the confidence to do that, I don't know. But I said, please can you check me? I've got a feeling that I am a bit further along than you think. So they do the check, really painful, ouch. And lo and behold, they turn around and say, you need to go up to labour and delivery because you are 4 to 5 centimetres dilated. And I was like, do you know what? Pushing it through, absolutely smashing it. I was so happy that Jake got to be there. I absolutely love straightening my hair, it's so satisfying. So we made our way down to the labour and delivery ward. My mum is so excited. I remember my dad was excited, like obviously he weren't there, he was messaging me, blah 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 blah. Everyone was just really excited, we was all in a good mood. Got to labour and delivery. I was like having like bad Braxton Hicks, like probably a bit worse than period cramps, but what they were contractions, but did not feel like contractions at all. So yeah, so we were just like listening to music, I'm bouncing on my ball, and I am so fuming at my mum and Jake to this day, because I told them, please get pictures of me, please take videos, pictures, like this is my first pregnancy. They didn't. I have not got one picture. I've got a video of me high on gas and air, which is an awful video, and I don't know if I'm going to include it or not because it's absolutely disgusting. Anyway, sidetracking. So after probably about 40 minutes, they was like, we'll go check you again. I'd gone from 4 to 5, they said it was 4 to 5, so I don't know if it was 4, I don't know if it was 5, to 6 centimetres dilated. Now, this is where it gets a bit confusing. When they did this check, when they checked how many centimetres I was, I don't know what it was, but I went, that really hurts. Literally as soon as they checked and said I was 6 centimetres, boom, contractions. Like, I don't know if it kick-started my labour, but I was in the worst pain. I was like, I need gas and air, I need gas and air. I didn't want the epidural, but I started screaming for the epidural. They was like, you're too far, can't have it. And I'm so grateful for that, because I knew in my head that I didn't want the epidural. I was just in a lot of pain. Nothing, honestly, a lot of people say pushing is worse than contractions. I'd rather push a baby out than have another contraction ever in my life. It was horrible. Contractions are horrible, but I would definitely do it over again, because labour is such like a special thing in my heart, honestly. I'll never forget it. So I was literally all over the place. I was in different positions. I was screaming, I was in pain. I was in active labour for 55 minutes before it's time to push. I was not in active labour for long at all, guys. 55 minutes. I don't know if like any of you like know labour or whatever, but you, for your first child, you are not in active labour for 55 minutes 90% of the time. That's very quick, that's very fast. So yeah, so it got to a time when they're like, your 10 centimetres dilated, and I was like, oh my god. Now the funny part of this story is, you know when people say like, oh, it'll feel like you need a poo when you want to push. Hun, let me tell you. Like, I need a poo, like I actually need a poo. I went and walked myself to the bathroom and sat on the toilet, and they was like, you're gonna have a toilet, baby, like you need to get off now. And I was like, no, I'm actually gonna poo, I'm gonna shit myself, like seriously, I need a poo, this isn't like whatever. Turns out it wasn't a poo, it was a baby. Seriously guys, I'm not even lying when I tell you it literally feels like you're about to have the biggest crap of your life ever. Also I'm getting a sty on this eye, so just ignore why it looks like that. Okay. Yeah, so that was like a funny part of my labour. Also, every time a contraction stopped, I'd just start laughing, which was really crazy. Literally just laugh. Anyway, so they hurried me back on the bed, telling me I'm gonna have a toilet baby. I did not want a toilet baby, so I got back onto my bed, and yeah, so I got back onto my bed and I started pushing. They then started saying to me, like, her heart rate is dropping and you need to get this baby out. Her heart rate's dropping, you need to get her out. She's stressed, basically. So I was like, right, I need to get her out. I pushed and her head come out, and Jake went, the cords, no, it weren't Jake. No, it weren't Jake, it was a nurse. I'll get to Jake in a minute. A nurse went, and I don't think they're actually meant to say this because it's going to scare the mother, obviously. But a nurse said the cord's wrapped around the baby's neck, which obviously scared the living shit out of me. When I tell you I was terrified when she said that, I literally was like, what, like this, that and the other. They told me to push, they had to like unwrap it from her neck and whatever, and she was out. And I think I've maybe pushed about 4 times. I had a really good labour, and I know so many people are scared of labour. I was scared of, I was terrified of labour, and it is so understandable. Labour is such a scary thing, but this is my positive birth story. Obviously I was very young when I had my baby, but this is my positive birth story at 15. Not all birth stories are bad. Hold on. So if you're scared of labour, obviously everyone's different, but this is just my take on a positive birth story. So yeah, so she come out, she actually weed on me. Luckily I didn't tear, so I didn't need stitches, which I am very grateful for because I was terrified of getting a needle there. Props to any of you that's had a long labour, torn, had a C-section, you're all amazing. Or props to me, props to anyone like me that had a quick birth, a nice birth. You've still done amazing. Just because you've had a good birth doesn't mean you've not done amazing. Just props to anyone who's pushed a baby out the vagina, okay? Yeah, so she actually weed on me after about half an hour of holding her. They cut the umbilical cord, she weed on me, and I was like, I need a bath because I'm not having baby wee all over me. So Jake actually got her changed for the first time, which is so bittersweet. Like, I still hold that moment in my heart. He got her changed. I'll put a picture in. So this was a newborn outfit on my tiny 6.2 baby. Okay, she was 6.2 pounds. She was tiny. Obviously the baby's smaller, I know, but to me she was a tiny baby. She was early, she was tiny. And this is a newborn outfit on her. It drowned her, but whilst Jake was changing her, I went and got in the bath. I washed my hair, I felt refreshed. I come out, because everything was fine. We basically got told we could go onto the ward straight away. Which I didn't really enjoy, to be fair, because there was 4 other women on there, and also because Ivy was premature. I had to stay in hospital for 4 nights, 5 days, or 4, I don't know, one of them, 4 or 5 nights I had to stay in for, which actually really upset me. I was pretty much depressed during that time because Jake was doing his GCSEs. I think it would have been a lot easier if Jake weren't doing his GCSEs. Obviously that's not something anyone can control. Jake was doing his GCSEs, so I was lonely. Like, I only saw him 2 hours a day. I was depressed. I was in a room with 4 other women where all the partners were. Ivy was a golden newborn. Okay, she's not golden now with the sleep, but she was a golden newborn up until about 4 months when she went through a sleep regression. Before that, she literally just slept through. The first night, she literally woke up like 3 times for milk. So, however, all the other babies all woke up at different times, which means I was awake to babies crying, and it just weren't it. I wish I would have been able to get a private suite, but I weren't because Ivy was premature. I was actually meant to be going on the birthing centre, but because Ivy was premature by 2 days, can I just add, I weren't allowed, which made me cry. I was actually crying, but it's done now. So yeah, that is, I'm not fully ready yet, but that is my positive birth story at 15 years old. If you want any more videos, let me know what videos you like. I'm so sorry I've been slow with posts on YouTube. I'm trying to grow my YouTube, so any love, any comments, any subscribers would absolutely help. because trying to get your watch hours to 4,000 is an absolute nightmare. And I was like, I'm giving up on YouTube. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Thank you so much for getting ready with me. I am all ready now. I know it's really annoying, the glare in my glasses when I spoke to you, which is why I've done the get ready, because I don't need my glasses to get ready. However, when I take them off, I'm literally blind. However, the glare in my glasses is really annoying me. My last YouTube video, I did a whole talking video with my glasses on. It looked absolutely awful because you can't see my face. But thank you so much for watching. If you've got any birth stories that you'd like to tell me, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.